Do you want to end your year strong? Hi, I'm Sandi Glandt, and I have got a power plan for you that you're not going to want to miss. All right, let's get into it. I have 7 tips for you to help you get your power plan in place and wrap up your year to make sure you go into 2023 stronger than ever. Tip number 1, we want to make sure we declutter. This is everything from your desktops to your actual desktop on your computer to all of your space, your clothes, your emails, anything you can think of that you need to leave in 2022. Get rid of it now and declutter all of the space and the things that you have to make room for the new in 2023. Tip number 2. Start with an assessment. So what this means is you have to look back before you can go forward. I want you to look back at all of the wins, all the things that you fell short on, and even the losses. The losses are gonna be where you figure out the biggest key to success on how to change that going into the new year. So the assessment is one of the biggest things that you can do. Pull out the calendar, look at your Google Calendar, and figure out exactly what you were doing month to month, what the needle movers are, what set you up for success, what gave you those successes, but also identify the things that were the setbacks, that were the losses, because those are the gems that you're gonna find that are gonna allow you to set yourself up going into the new year, so you can pivot, so you can change, so you can strategize. So make sure you get that assessment in place before the new year starts. Tip number 3, and you've heard this before, set SMART goals. What is a SMART goal? A SMART goal is specific. Be very specific about the goals that you're setting. M, measurable. You gotta be able to measure it. A, is it attainable? You have to make sure that you can attain and achieve that goal. R, make sure that it's relevant. T, time bound, making sure that you know exactly when, where, how you are going to do it. So set those SMART goals up and you will set yourself up for success. Number 4, create a timeline. Now that you have these SMART goals, you've got to set up a timeline for yourself. You have all these beautiful goals you want to achieve over the course of the next 12 months. When are you going to do them? So map it out, pull out your calendar and put on the vacations, the big goals. What are the targets that you're setting up for yourself? But you've got to pull out that timetable, that timeline, and put it on the calendar so you hold yourself accountable. Tip number 5, prioritize your goals. You've got the SMART goals, you've got the timeline. Now you need to prioritize what you're doing when. So when you can prioritize your goals, you figure out what you're doing first. So let's say you break these down into quarterly goals. What are you starting with? Start with the most important ones first. What are those big juicy goals you want to achieve? Make sure you prioritize your goals so you get the needle moving goals done first. Tip number 6, track your progress. So it's really important as the year goes on to check in with yourself. Track the progress that you've had, but you may need to change some things. It's all about being resourceful and being able to go with the ebbs and flows of what life throws your way. So if you need to reevaluate and change some things, track your progress and change as needed. It's only gonna help set you up for success and make sure that you're achieving the goals that you set out for yourself. The really important ones, those needle movers, making sure that you hit those and you move and change as needed. Tip number 7, this is really important. Control the controllable. So this is everything in your world. This is everything in your environments, from the news, the media that you're listening to the people that you let into your world, to the things that you're consuming, podcasts, YouTube videos, the music that we listen to. Everything matters. So make sure what you're consuming, you are in control of. Only let in what's going to be productive and proactive in you achieving your goals. So I want you to really be mindful about controlling what you're letting into your environment so you set yourself up for success. Finally, we have tip number 8, wrap it all up with a nice big bow and make sure you reach out to the people that had an impact on your year. Send out some handwritten thank yous. You guys, those are so underrated. A handwritten thank you note, when you get that in the mail, that really stands out. So whether it's friends, colleagues, team members, family, make sure you really acknowledge those people that made a difference on your year. It's gonna make them feel really good, but it's gonna make you feel even better knowing that you're making that lasting impact at the end of this year to really go strong into 2023. I know that these 8 tips are going to help you intentionally and powerfully create your power plan for 2023. Comment below, let me know your favorite one, and make sure to share with a friend who could use these tips to make sure they have a killer 2023.